Hello, this video is going to discuss some nonfiction reader's notebook entry structures that students can try in their notebooks. Again, nothing revolutionary. However, having students create their own in their notebooks is a really great way to not only get kids to take ownership over their note-taking, but also just to get them to understand that one text might be structured differently than another. So I might see one text, identify a text that would make more sense for this structure versus this structure versus a main idea, a related idea with detail structure. So as they go through nonfiction texts, you will ask them to be noticing the structure and decide the best way to take notes. So you have time in order and sequence. And again, you're going to see different variety of choice. Some students may opt for this structure over a main idea and details type structure. Okay, there's not necessarily one best option all the time. Main idea and supporting details is where I usually start. I start with boxes and bullets when I instruct with students. Very, very simple. And here's just an example of what it might look like if you are doing a research project. For example, just want to show you how last year in 6th grade the students were expected to use the note-taking structures. I had students find their own articles, although that was a bit of a challenge. I think we will do text sets that are already selected this year. But students are asked to just determine their own note-taking structure in their readers' notebooks. They can develop systems for keeping track of information that might be color-coded. I've labeled my articles A, B, C, and D and color-coded them. And I much prefer using this system to any sort of, if we're doing research, any sort of note card system, since this all stays together a lot more easily. So if you notice, what I did was, as I went through and highlighted information, details that I felt were important, I modeled for the kids how I would put that information into a problem boxes and bullets format, but identifying what I thought was the main idea of the article as the problem and the details to support that, pulling out what I thought were the most important key facts for this article, and then getting kids to develop their system for tracking that information. So this fact came from Article A, page 1, whereas this fact came from Article B, page 2. These two different articles were probably my most highly used. So students are color coding in their notebooks, developing their own creative ways for research. Again, my kids really enjoyed it. They took ownership and they decided to go above and beyond what I was expecting. Okay, so then later on in the writing process, you say to your students, okay, you're writing an essay. Here are your requirements. It's got to be 5 paragraphs, but you kind of get some choice in here. So how do you organize your essay? If your teacher says this has to be a problem and solution essay, will this problem paragraph be sort of structured as a cause and effect? Do I have maybe a cause paragraph and an effect paragraph separately? If I move straight into solutions, will I have enough information to describe 2 different solutions for the problem? Or maybe I want to break it up based on, let's see, if I go onto this next page, will this make sense here? Option 1, my first solutions paragraph could be what is the solution? The second solutions paragraph could be the impact or how it helps. Okay, same thing here. You could break this up into impact 1 or impact 2. So really getting students to decide, okay, with the information I have in my notebook, with the pages I've researched, how do I want to structure my essay best? Because we all know true, honest, authentic writing, it's organized, but it is not formulaic, and authors can choose and decide really how they want to truly structure their essays for the best impact. So I found this very, very successful this past year. I hope